The tale of Beren and Luthien is one of the most beautiful and important in the entire Legendarium. Its themes echo all throughout Tolkien's work. Something extra special about these characters is how the Professor based them on himself and his wife, Edith, and how Beren's love for Luthien mirrored how he felt about her.
Stories about a mortal and an immortal pairing, are there in the folklore of Northern Europe. But they're, I think, especially important to Tolkien. One of them is Aragorn and Arwen, but there are others back in his mythology. There's the union of Beren and Luthien. Luthien is a very high-ranking elf princess. Beren is a survivor from a human group which has been almost wiped out.
And Beren stumbles upon her while she's dancing in a woodland glade, and he's never seen anything so beautiful in his life, and his heart is struck still by the sight of her.
And her father, of course, has no intention of giving up his daughter to a ragged stranger from the wilderness, and a human at that.
This story not only was very important in the early tales of Middle-earth, but it had particular meaning for Tolkien in his life. As a young man, he'd fallen in love with Edith Bratt.
They fell in love, but Tolkien's guardian said that he couldn't marry till he was 21.
And Tolkien, being the stubborn, pig-headed sort he was, waited till 1 minute after midnight on his 21st birthday and then wrote her a proposal of marriage and posted it. And she accepted it.
Their love is something we know very little about, but we do know that he and his young wife took a walk in a wood that was filled with hemlock, and that she danced for him and sang for him, and that image, that very, very personal image of the woman he loved, became the image that he used to describe the meeting of Beren and Luthien.
Tolkien identified so closely with this story that when Edith died, he had the name Luthien written on her tombstone.
I think that's a great statement about his love for his wife. He felt that she, in a way, had given him something immensely precious, which he valued above everything else.
Some people say that he tended to stick women on pedestals, but I think if you read deeper into it, especially if you go into the story of Luthien and Beren, you understand that it's about intimacy.
And for Tolkien, it clearly was the central myth of love at the heart of his work. His love for his wife.
I think her death, shattered him completely.
Love and loss are inextricably bound. For Tolkien to have lost Edith really was the end of his world in many ways.
And when he eventually himself died, the name Beren is on his stone. Beren and Luthien, Arwen and Aragorn, Ronald and Edith. In a way, they are all one and the same.
One very important aspect of the story of Beren and Luthien was the way that the lives of human beings and elves became intermingled. And the great significance of these stories for Tolkien was tied in with his Christian belief in the ultimate incarnation, that God humbled himself and became a human being. In Tolkien's work, the elves represent perfection and the ideal qualities of human life. And so, through the intermarriage of elves and human beings, their lives intermingle, resulting in a fuller humanity.